Financial Survival Network, helping you survive and thrive in the new economy. Go to CarrieLutz.com and sign up for 30 free micro trainings on financial survival.
1490 WGCH, this is Carrie Lutz. You're listening to the Financial Survival Network. Time for another Triple Lutz report. So if you've been listening to the show, you know how I feel about public education. You know that I believe it is corrupt. It doesn't teach. The only purpose it serves is to feed the interests of the various parties involved, and that is the unions, the teachers, the contractors, the educational bureaucracy. That's why it exists. It's not there to teach your kids, to educate them. And finally, of course, it's there to indoctrinate. And if I needed any further proof, there's a whole brouhaha going on in New York City now. And it seems that Nanny Bloomberg is very upset because a teacher by the name of Alan Rosenfeld, he's 66 years old, he just retired. And what did he do for the past 10 years? Nothing. He was barred from the classroom. They wouldn't allow him into the classroom because he was a typing teacher. And look, that's the other part of this story that I don't get. Typing teacher. They don't need to teach typing anymore. Every kid grows up with a keyboard, a bottle in their mouth, and a keyboard on their lap. So why is he teaching typing in the first place? But enough of that. Listen to this. For the past 10 years, he's been in what's called a rubber room, and that was the implication for city workers who were suspended, particularly cops. They called them the rubber gun squad. They'd still get paid, they'd still get their benefits until their cases were decided by the courts or arbitration or whatever means. And this guy, 2001, they bar him from the classroom. He's been collecting a salary of $100,000 per year. In addition, he's getting free, and I mean, when I say free, I mean funded by the taxpayer, health insurance worth $20,000 per year. This is the system. It's disgusting. It is corrupt. We're all sick of it. But the story is better than this, because while the guy's in the rubber room, he's a lawyer. He's practicing law. He has a law practice going on. Now, one of the things is you can't, as a New York City public school teacher, be carrying on extracurricular activities while you're supposed to be employed by the city. And then, in addition, he has a $10 million real estate portfolio that he's been managing while on the city's payroll. This is just disgusting. The guy, I don't know if he could have been locked up. It's alleged, but a number of girls in his 8th grade class came forward and said he was ogling them, he was looking at them funny, and he was making inappropriate comments to them. And obviously, the Board of Education felt there was some merit to them because they never let him back in a classroom. But not going in a classroom, picking up $100,000 a year, that's okay. This is a disgrace. This is government at its worst. Nanny Bloomberg said, oh, he should have been managing New York City real estate. Nanny, he should have been canned. He should have been prosecuted if that was at all possible. These unions, pure corruption, they stand and they defend guilty teachers who should never see the inside of a classroom. But their purpose is to protect their members, to squeeze the maximum amount of salary and benefits out of New York City schools and any schools in the country, and to put forth the least amount of effort possible. That's why these unions exist. That's why they should be banned. If you're as upset about this as I am, think about privatization of public schools, elimination of the educational bureaucracy, elimination of a system that has failed and has been failing since the 60s. And it's no coincidence that the system started failing once they allowed unionization that was no longer an affinity group, but a labor rights organization. Once these teachers took up the union bandwagon, that was the end of it. They don't care if they bankrupt the city, the state, or the country. They need to be eliminated. What happened in Indiana, making them a right-to-work state, is a really great start. We need to do that in every state in the country. So teachers, if they think unions are so great, write them a check and join them. Don't force governments to mandatorily withhold union dues and force people who don't want to be members of these unions to join them, because that's where the corruption starts and that's where it ends. Also, by the way, go over to my website, kerrylutz.com, KERRYLUTZ.com. Got hundreds of interviews up there. We've got the free financial survival toolkit. We've got a weekly newsletter. There's a lot of good stuff there. The site's getting more and more traffic, and it's just a good place to go. And send me some feedback. Ask me some questions. Email address, kl@kerrylutz.com. kl@kerrylutz.com. Other thing you could do is just call the hotline. Call the hotline, leave us a message. That's 460-347-LUTZ. 460-347-LUTZ. This has been another Triple Lutz Report. Kerry Lutz signing off.